So do you have the right stuff? It's a question that's being asked and answered through countless examples of heroism all this week. But there is another provocative question that goes along with it. Are you actually born a hero, or do you become one during those few seconds that can mean the difference between someone's life and death? As Jim Avila finds out, there's actually something of a science to it.
Man, this is really nuts. That's a road right there. I never witnessed anything like this ever.
New Yorker John Candelaria bearing witness and recording Hurricane Sandy Monday night.
You can hear it howling, just whistling.
Then he spots a taxi trapped in a whirlpool. He leaves the safety of his apartment, wades into icy floodwaters, and saves a total stranger.
When I got to him, the water was already up to his chin. 5 more minutes and he would have been drowning.
Neighbor Rita Callahan watched him do it.
He saved his life. Bottom line, he's a hero.
I was never a lifeguard at all. This was my first time actually jumping into action and saving somebody. I didn't know I had it in me.
But it doesn't always take a hurricane. Some spring into action at the first sign of trouble. Just watch. The most dangerous part of a police officer's job, the traffic stop. Officer Jonathan Sider in the fight of his life. The suspect goes for his gun. Enter Angie Pierce, by day a mild-mannered cashier, but on this night a brave crime fighter, Batman without the cape.
I do truly appreciate what you did.
You're welcome.
And my wife does too.
Or this summer in New York, a 7-year-old autistic girl out on a ledge. She falls, not to her death on the hard pavement, but into the soft and waiting arms of a savior below. Bus driver Stephen St. Bernard.
People here say you're a hero. Do you agree with that?
No, a hero's a sandwich.
Professor Rob Willer says research now shows heroes are people with a key, perhaps surprising character trait: high self-confidence.
They feel like if they take an action, that action will be successful. They're the kind of people that think that their behaviors will be effective.
And then there are those more comfortable in the role of bystander. Some don't even seem to notice the crises all around them. Take Brazilian model and actress Nana Gueva, getting more hurricane fame than she may have bargained for. Online media have been outraged, many wondering what was she thinking as she turns a stricken city into a backdrop for a photo shoot, striking pose after glamorous pose among wrecked cars, fallen trees, and dangling cranes, posting it all on her Facebook page. Or this true life and death moment, a famous fiery motorcycle crash in Utah, September 2011. Brave strangers banding together in a superhuman feat of strength, lifting the burning BMW, dragging an unconscious motorcyclist to safety. But even if you've seen it 100 times, you may have never noticed this guy, that well-dressed man just standing there, at one point even leaning on the car. He is the driver of the car who police say caused the crash. Witnesses at the scene say he appeared to be in shock, but many YouTube commenters had another explanation in their outrage, calling him a coward, a selfish jerk, and speculating he didn't want to get his suit dirty.
There's a variety of reasons why people don't intervene in emergency situations. Sometimes they might not feel personal individual responsibility. They might feel that other people already are taking care of the problem, that they would only get in the way.
No one would have ever known if Billy Creton had decided to remain a bystander when this Bronx apartment building caught fire in 2009. Creton is in his store on the ground floor. He spots a little boy trapped 4 stories up. A firefighter inside rescues the boy, but needs help, handing the child out to Creton, who carries him down the fire escape to safety. What's inside you that's different?
I cannot live with myself if I don't do something about it.
Creton says his heroism comes from deep inside, a childhood trauma. His own father, back in Romania, trapped and died in a fire when neighbors refused to brave the flames and rescue him.
When I saw that happen, I will do everything in my power to be able to give somebody their life back. If I could help, if nobody's around, I will do it.
The story of what makes someone a hero is probably a complex one that's a product of many forces: personal, situational, and also developmental.
22-year-old Keena Williams is a force of nature. She proves it on San Francisco's Highway 101 in October 2011, when a chain reaction crash lights up the sky.
And then the truck flipped over, and then it skidded, and I stopped right exactly like around here.
Williams, who is driving in her pajamas at this early hour, tells her daughter to stay put in the back seat while she runs toward, not away from the flames, to rescue truck driver Mike Finnerty.
I ran to him, and I dragged him running backwards.
What do you remember going through your mind as you're pulling him away from the fire?
Please don't let the truck blow up.
That particular moment, that particular day, I was fortunate that she was there. I call her my guardian angel, and I still say it today. She's my guardian.
The Heroic Imagination Project in San Francisco says their research shows some surprises. City folks may be more likely to be heroes than their country cousins. Yes, they study this stuff.
African Americans were 8 times more likely to have done heroic deeds than Caucasians. Hispanic men, but not women, were twice as likely. So now we're trying to follow it up and say, how come?
For more research, the Heroic Imagination Project will have to look no farther than their own offices. They now have a hero on staff. They hired Keena Williams.
I don't look at myself as a hero. I just look as I'm a good person, and if I was in that situation, I would want someone to help me.
Back in New York, John Candelaria has a memento of his heroism, a single snapshot with the cab driver he plucked from the rushing water. He doesn't even know the name of the man he saved. They posed for one picture, then parted ways to continue their struggle through the storm.
I wasn't trying to be a hero, but I just wanted to be like I think that's what humans should be doing. Instead of posting pictures up on Facebook or Instagram and stuff like that, you know, we should care for each other.